to you all. It's great to have you here. We've had such a massive break from these because I'd already moved to fortnightly some months ago. And then, of course, I was in New Zealand for the fortnight that we should have been doing this. So not wanting to get out of sync, I just thought it was easier just to wait that whole month. So yeah, I've missed doing them. So it's nice to be back here on a Monday afternoon. And my little puppy is just having a little nap at the moment. So long may that last, and that a squeaky toy doesn't come out and get annoying. So I'd like to start off just by welcoming you all and saying, would you like to oh no, she's at my leg already. Just like to invite you to jump into the chat and leave your details. So tell us what you do and how you help people in what you do. And of course, share your handles like your Facebook, your Instagram, so that everybody can find each other. And at the end of the session, if you click on the chat, and let me just pull it up, hang on, and you click on the three dots, then you can save the chat for later. So you can go and find everybody and connect up with everyone, which is a beautiful organic way to grow your accounts. And I'd like to share my screen now, and we'll get stuck straight into it. And leave any questions that you've got in the chat as well, or put your questions in the chat, and I'll get to those at the end if we have time. Otherwise, I'll answer them in the Hello Media Facebook group straight after. Cool, thanks, Petra. Awesome. All right, so glad that you've started it off. That's fantastic. So jump on in, leave all your information, and if we've got links to share with you, one of my lovely team, we've got Honey and Merlin both here in the room today. They'll put their they'll put the links and things into the chat. So I'm going to share my screen now. And one more thing to remind you that if there's any sessions, thank you, puppy. If there's any sessions that you've missed that you would like to see, or if you've only recently found out about us and wonder if we've got some things that might be of interest to you from behind the scene, from previous times, you can go onto our YouTube channel and take a little look there, see what you might have missed. And all the recordings are in there just for 2021. We didn't put up last year's. They are still in the Hello Media Facebook group under the guide section. And in that guide section, we have a lot of resources. So if you look in the chat in a minute, there'll be the Hello Media Facebook group to make sure that you've joined that, and the link to the YouTube channel so that you can watch past stuff. Also, our Friday morning webinars are in there as well, on the YouTube channel too, so you can see that whenever you would like to. So also to those of you in Victoria, I know you're there. Hi, Joanna. I hope that it's going okay and you're finding fun in lockdown. I'm not sure if that's the right way to put it, but you're finding something enjoyable.
We're rural, so we're not in lockdown here. Had the one, we're out and back to normal. But it was good. Last week I thought I was going to get all this stuff done because the world kind of changes and everything shifts. Didn't quite happen, but anyway, I had a good time anyhow.
That's good. It's definitely all about staying positive, isn't it? So very good. Well, for those of you that have just joined us, make sure you jump into the chat, leave all the ways that everyone can connect with you, and tell us how you help people in your business. So I'm going to share my screen now and get stuck into it. We've got, for those of you that don't know, I present these through Canva. And there's a few new little Canva features that we've found, which are a little bit exciting. And I'm going to start with this one. So for any of you that do Canva presentations, if you haven't seen this new feature, it's a bit exciting. Terry got to see it this morning, and Brenda, but here we go. Are we ready? Well, that's the first one. Thank you, Canva. And then the second one is, I think that was my favorite, is the shush. Let's have shush one more time.
I think that's been designed especially for me, is it?
I think it's really for me. I think my team need to send them to me when it's time and they're like, oh, you've gone over time. Shh. I really like that one. Anyway, I'll play you a few more as we go along. So also there's another new Canva feature, which is that you could bypass Zoom and I could just run the whole presentation through Canva Live. so I could send out a link to everybody to get to come onto the Canva live. It's certainly, we've tried it out. It's certainly not as good as what we're doing in Zoom at this point, but definitely always worth a look at seeing who's doing new things and, you know, what's fun or different going on out there. So here we go today. The topic is digital marketing strategies, looking at short-term versus long-term strategies. So often people are definitely at a stage, I think particularly at the moment, I'm noticing a lot, people are at the stage of like, oh, we're putting so much in time and effort out there and we're just not getting a lot back. And what can we be doing? And obviously those kinds of things are all affected by where the economy's at, weather. Particularly, I think a lot more people are out shopping physically, whereas they've been shopping online mostly until recently. And now everybody in much of Australia, not in Victoria, obviously, can get out and about a lot more. So there's certainly a lot picking up in terms of retail. So anyway, there's always lots of different factors that will change what's happening in the business world. So we need to definitely do a whole lot of long-term strategies, not just short-term, because short-term is very much about little panics. So what can we do fast? Which doesn't mean that it's not good. Obviously, short-term strategies are fantastic, but we definitely need to take a look at the long-term and what we can do to be consistent and get results, but playing the long, slow game. So let's get stuck into that. This is the part 14 of the digital marketing webinar series of 2021. So let's get going. And if you believe that opportunities are present and abundant, then that will be the motivation you need to go out and seize them. And this mindset approach has worked brilliantly for so many business owners already. So for example, fitness and Pilates teachers moved their sessions online literally overnight to serve their customers in the safety of their own home. Coaches and marketers created lower level DIY offers to make investing less scary. So have a think about this. Where can you get visible online and what can you offer? So I'm a big believer that if you put it out there and you offer it for free, those people that are attracted to what you offer will come to you when the time is right. That doesn't mean they'll come to you today, but when the time is right, they'll come to you and they'll buy from you or they'll book your services. But if they're following along with what you do and if they're taking you up on your lead magnets, so your free e-guides or, you know, whatever it is that you can offer out there where you're giving value, then you're attracting your tribe to you. So we're going to talk a bit more about that as we go along, but I'd love to put that out to you as a challenge. Where can you get more visible? Because perhaps you're not doing enough of that right now. And what is it that you can offer? So maybe getting more visible could be getting on LinkedIn. If you haven't been spending any time there, jump on LinkedIn if you're particularly business to business and see what you can find out about being in there. Or it might be that you could think about offering up a lead magnet that is going to attract your ideal client or customer to you. So have a little think about that and maybe let me know in the comments if you've come up with something that you can do to change things up right now, right here. Down you go, puppy. Thank you. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Kylie and I build brands. I help creators, entrepreneurs, brands and businesses get visible online so that they attract their customers to them instead of chasing them. As a business coach specializing in digital marketing, content and branding, I love helping you grow your business and soar. I work with clients through one-on-one and group coaching programs, masterclasses and workshops, and I'm supported by a fabulous team. And I offer free weekly Zoom webinars so you can join in anytime, ask questions and upskill. So our Friday morning one is weekly and our Monday afternoon is fortnightly. Friday is more about business in general. Monday is always about digital marketing. And my quote today is, it's actually my quote really of the year. It's not should we work on our digital marketing, but rather how well are we working our digital marketing? So have a little think about that one and ask that question of yourself. So I am constantly growing and investing in myself and my business so I can help you and your business grow. As a business coach, I'm also a speaker, coach, mentor, writer, designer, educator, presenter, content creator, and branding specialist. I'm also a member of the Social Media Marketing Society based in the States. This one down here on the bottom right, that's Bite-Sized Conversations that Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting and I put out every Friday morning. It's a webinar, but it's also a podcast, and it also goes onto our YouTube channels. I also run an online meetup. We might go back to doing them in person at some point, but for now, we're really enjoying them online. And that's called Positive, Passionate Women in Business for anyone that would like to join. Take a look in the chat in a moment and you'll see all the details there and find out how you can join us for that. And so up in the middle here, it just tells you how it is that we offer what we offer. So we offer 3 different programs, the gold, the silver, the bronze program. And once you're a client of Hello Media, then there's also 9 different masterclasses where you can learn, create, simplify, and grow. And then we have social media management packages that our clients can take advantage of as well. So there's lots and lots of different ways that we can work with people. And if you're not yet ready to get involved in a whole program, we also just have a one-on-one that you can book and just do 1 hour on Zoom with me and work on anything to do with your business that you'd like to work on. So enough about that. If you've got any questions, let us know. You could book a discovery call, which is 30 minutes free, just to chat about how we could work together or how I can help you. And you'll be able to find a link for that in the chat in a moment too. Oh, cool. Thank you, Merlin. She's just put in our Facebook group, etc., the YouTube and all of that. So you can go and check me out or check us out in all the different ways that we are visible online. So let's get stuck into digital marketing, long haul and short haul strategies, or long form, short form, however, or just long and short strategies. But let's first of all look at what is digital marketing. And I've just noticed we've got the wrong Clubhouse logo. So it's actually the logo, they keep changing the picture that they put up on Clubhouse. But the one that they've got at the moment, I'll just have a little look on my phone. It's a lady. Yeah, a lady with a little black blunt bob is what she's got. It's super cute, actually. And a little bit of a Cleopatra bob. So if you're looking for Clubhouse and you don't already have it, look for that logo there. And definitely join Clubhouse. It's pretty amazing. So basically, these are just all the ways digital marketing that you can be seen online. And these are only a tiny percentage of the ways that are out there. So think about how you're seen online. Perhaps it's on your website, maybe Facebook page, obviously on your Facebook personal, maybe you've got a Facebook group, maybe you're running ads that could be on social media or on Google, etc. Search engine optimization, maybe you've got an e-commerce store, Pinterest, maybe you're on Zoom offering free webinars or things like that. Twitter, email marketing, maybe you're on LinkedIn, on YouTube, are you using WhatsApp in your business? Obviously Clubhouse is there, Instagram. There's so many different ways that you can use digital channels to reach your customers. So tell me in the chat right now, what's one channel or one way that you would like to reach people that you're not yet, that you think would be good for your business? For example, if you're a musician, Clubhouse could be a great place for you to be hanging out. If you are, what's another one? Oh, email marketing. That's the one that we should all be doing extremely well at. We made a boo-boo this morning with our email marketing, and out our newsletter went, and it was not addressed to people's first names. There was a little mistake in that, and it was a little bit of a cringe on my part. So all we did is we got the coding wrong that goes in the dear section. So really, and also, for example, YouTube, up until just a few months ago, we were using YouTube more as a storage facility for our videos and things. We weren't actually using them in the way that we should, purely all based on time, really. So once we got that organized and got our heads around what we actually wanted to achieve with it and started loading everything up, it's grown really, really quickly. So that's been a good one. So if you set an intention of what's one that you want to get on top of and start growing and start, learning a bit more about, then that's great. So we've got Brenda saying email marketing. Awesome. And luckily, I know Brenda has a really fabulous new lead magnet that she's about to start putting out. So then that database for your email marketing will grow very quickly, which is awesome. Petra says YouTube, have to create and put up more videos as soon as I'm back home. Awesome. So we think of YouTube like a search engine, because as you would know, even just from your own personal YouTube use, you might type into the search bar on YouTube, Oh, something that I did before we went to New Zealand recently, and we typed in New Zealand adventure activities in Rotorua, for example, and up loads of videos came up that we could look at. So it really is a wonderful way for people to be searching. Sue says YouTube as well. Yes, very good for you, Sue, especially with all the behind the scenes things that happen on your farm, and life with the alpacas and life with the bees and all that stuff. That'd be fantastic. Raz says, as a cake designer, hello Raz, as a cake designer and teacher, I think I can make more use of YouTube. Yes, absolutely. I have an account, but no one recording, or one something recording. That's very exciting. I think that you will love that. But I also think a really good one for you would be Instagram and also Pinterest. You might already have those happening, but I have a client who is an extraordinary, actually more of a cupcake lady than a cake lady, but her engagement on her posts every time is just extraordinary because she's doing such a good job. And all we need to do was tweak how she took her photos with her phone, and it just changed everything. So yeah, she got so fully booked out that things went crazy. So that's exciting. I'd love to see photos of your cakes. So Pinterest for my products, but I think I need a better camera to make everything look amazing. So we just, I just got this client doing it on her iPhone, and she's doing a great job of it. So yeah, it's just about learning some little tricks with that. And Maria says a LinkedIn. Maria, I'm a bit of a, I'm agreeing with you on LinkedIn. We do post to LinkedIn, but I have to say I'm not working it like I could nor should. So I'm going to be with you on that, and I'm going to put LinkedIn down as the one that I really need to put some effort and time into. Raz says, yes, I have Instagram, but very behind. No worries, but yay to having Instagram. Alison says email marketing. Yes, that is an awesome one. So just remember that if your social media channels just fell over, if you got banned, if they got hacked, if whatever happened, and many of these things can happen, then at least you would still have your email database. So you could still reach your people, which would be super, super important. So, email marketing for Terry too. Yeah, so email marketing, have a think about it. Think about how you can grow that database, and so that you've got more people that you can connect with. The best way that I can suggest, or not the best way, but one of the ways, and I was talking with our Action Takers group coaching group this morning saying, when you're bringing people into your Facebook group, which of course everybody on Facebook must have, if you've got a business, you must have a Facebook group. So what you need to do is then in the 3 questions, or not 3 questions, but I suggest 3 questions that you can ask people before they are allowed into your private group, is that you ask for their email address. It's a really easy and great way to grow your list very quickly. So that there is, as I said, not all of the digital marketing platforms at all. It's just a few of some of the ones that you might use the most often. Obviously, there's no TikTok and, all the other ways, all the other things that you can use. But that's just an example of some of them. So digital marketing is any form of marketing that happens online. It's also called online marketing and encompasses all marketing efforts that use an electronic device or the internet. And it can take many forms, including online videos, display ads, and social media posts. Essentially, if a marketing campaign involves digital communication, then it is digital marketing. And Jeff says, I often use other clips and put a story around them, such as we all like strawberries and cream, but we might not have them this year if there are no workers. That means no strawberries. That's great, Jeff. I'd love to see some of those clips. That sounds fun. So it helps you to reach a larger audience than you could through traditional methods. It helps you build a community of people who are interested in what you offer, and it's cost effective. It enables you to see success on a daily basis and pivot as you see fit. So just say something happened, well, like it did with COVID last year. Very quickly, we were able to change the tone of our posts on social media. We were able to reach a larger audience because all of a sudden more people were online than had been before. And we were also able to start offering these digital marketing webinars for free that we hadn't been offering before, because all of a sudden people were available. But not only that, they suddenly realized that more than ever, they needed to get their digital marketing happening. I'm just trying to give her a little snack that she can chew on and not keep interrupting me as she's doing so well. So have a little think about what is it that you're already putting out there in your digital marketing, and what is it that you'd like to do more of, or change or tweak. And it might even be that there's something that you're doing that you might actually reduce the time spent on it, or even wipe it entirely. If you're not getting any great results from it, then maybe it's not the platform for you. I was having a discovery call the other day with this amazing company, and they told us that their social media manager had been trying to talk them into TikTok. And they said, what do you think of TikTok? And I said, well, it's loads of fun, but I don't imagine that it would be your right market. So I talked to them about who their demographic was, and it's nowhere near anything like TikTok. So definitely think about, where are you putting your energy? Where are you putting your time? Where are you putting your money, so that you can use that time, money, and energy more efficiently and more cost effectively. So let's talk about this. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Ever since I saw that written down somewhere on social media a few years ago, and I went, yes, that's so true. So if you're a very corporate style of business, then you need to be using the vibe that you put out needs to be of that corporate nature. If you're a very relaxed kind of a nature of a business, then that's the vibe that you need to be putting out. So think about what it is that you put out there, because that's what you'll attract back at you. So you need to make sure that it marries up, that it matches with what you're putting out is what you're actually wanting to bring in. So definitely consider what's happening in your business, and that all comes down to your branding. So your branding is not just your colors, or just your logo, or just the fonts that you use. It's actually the voice that you use, the vibe that you put out, it's the words that you use, it's all of that that comes into your branding. So let's have a little look at what are its major benefits when it comes to digital marketing. So digital marketing enables you to interact, research, and reach the people who you'd like to have as your customers and your clients. It enables you to do the research necessary to identify your buyer persona. I call them customer avatars. There's many, many different ways of describing who those people are that you want to reach. A lot of people call them buyer personas, but my preference is customer avatars. And it lets you refine your marketing strategy over time to ensure that you're reaching prospects that are the ones that are most likely to buy. Another important thing, though, is it's not just about people buying today. So I might be doing some research on rugs. I might have Googled a little bit, found a bunch of websites. I might have even been shopping on the weekend and looking for a rug, but not ready to buy. Of course, Facebook ads and things will start targeting me because they know that I'm searching for rugs, but maybe the time is not quite right for me to buy, but I'm doing my research. Now, if I find a Facebook page of someone that sells rugs and they're giving me lots of value, so they're doing posts about how you might clean a rug, how you might change your whole look of your room up just by changing the rug, or that you might add some throw pillows or cushions in some different colors, and then all of a sudden your rug has got a new lease of life. There might be all kinds of different things that go on, or it might even be how to choose a rug, what to look for in a rug, how to all kinds of things, of great things about rugs. Then when the time is right, who do you think is top of mind? It'll be the business of that Facebook page, because they're the one that I've been enjoying following and learning from, getting lots of tidbits along the way. And then I'm like, it's definitely time. I've got the cash this week, or I've got the space ready to go. So now, yes, I'm going to go and look at their website and see what it is that they can offer me. So keep in mind, it's not just about the people that are going to buy from you today. It's about playing that long game and having followers that really enjoy what you're putting out and giving them value, not just sell, sell, sell. So let's have a little look at customer avatars or buyer personas, and how you're going to think about who those people are. So if you've got a notebook handy and a pen and paper, or if you've got just able to think about it in your head, think about just one customer at the moment that you'd be communicating with on Facebook. It might be that you're already communicating with them on social media. They might already have been a customer of yours. Or this is maybe the dream customer that you'd like to have. So give them a name, think about their age, their gender, their social status, their job, think about their behavior patterns, How do they shop? How do they buy? Do they go in store? Do they only ever buy online? Are they late night shoppers once everyone else is in bed? Are they only people that are on Facebook? An ad comes up and boom, they're like one of those snap decision, I'm going to buy that. I can't remember the name for that at the moment, but you know, where you're instantly buying something because it's come up on Facebook or on Instagram. What is it that motivates them to do what they do, or to buy what they buy, or to book a service, for example? What is behind how they go and do that? Let's think about the goals that they have in life. Is it around, if you're offering Pilates classes, for example, what are the goals that they have that would be encouraging them to come to your Pilates classes? Is it that they want to get strong by the end of 2021? And if so, they're going to put in an hour a week to start with, and they're going to move up to 2 hours, and they're going to move up to 3 hours. What is it that is behind what they do and where they want to go? And then also think about, what are the demands on them? So do they have little kids and they're not available for all the stuff that you're putting out in the daytime? Do you need to offer an evening class? Do you need to make it easy for people to ask questions? For example, do you need to have a chatbot set up on your website so that you can be answering their questions, or your chatbot can be at 10 o'clock at night when you're obviously not wanting to answer their questions? So think about all of those things that will come together to create your customer avatars. And the way that I like to think about it is a customer avatar for every stage of your customer journey funnel. So I like to have a customer avatar that goes up at the top of the funnel. So that's where I'm getting visible. So that for me, that would be my customer avatar that I have at the top would be the people that are following along on my social media pages, the people that are in my top of funnel Facebook group, so just my straight Hello Media Facebook group. It'll be you guys that are coming along to my free webinars. It's anybody that's interacting with, absorbing, or looking at the free stuff that you're putting out there. The next part of the funnel, so as you bring them down, it might be that maybe they've bought from you, but it's one of your lower cost items. Maybe they have come along to one class that you've put out. Maybe they've bought one thing of yours, but you want them to be getting more involved with you as they come down that funnel. So in the middle of the funnel, think about another customer avatar you can have there, because they will have a different lot of behavior patterns, motivations, et cetera, at that middle stage. And then I would always go for a third customer avatar that I would create, who is the bottom of your funnel, the one that is buying exactly all that you're putting out, and they're, you know, one of your biggest fans. That puppy is not leaving me alone. She is definitely in need of a little attention. That she's not too distracting there as I keep going, off you go. So have a think about your customer avatars. I like to give mine a name, and you could even maybe cut out a picture of from a magazine, and you know, give them an actual look as you create those. You might just want to do it on the computer. There's lots and lots of ways to create those customer avatars. And as I said before, it might be someone that you already know. It might be a customer that you've already got, and you want to get more of that type of customer at each level of your funnel. So that's a really important one, because you can't actually decide who it is or how it is that you're reaching those people until you know who those people are and who those dream clients and dream customers are. That's another important thing to think about, is that your customer avatars, or your clients that you have right now, are they your dream clients that you really want to work with long term, or are they just the people that you have because the type of posts you're putting out are attracting a certain look or a certain type of people for now? So think about that. The people that you've got now, are they the people that you want in the future, and who you want to be working with? So it's more cost-effective digital marketing than traditional marketing methods. That does not mean, though, that you should not also be using traditional marketing. So digital marketing enables you to communicate directly with your ideal customers and clients. It enables you to understand and connect with them in the unique ways. And the same can't be said for traditional forms. It doesn't matter how your billboard performs, if it still costs the same whether or not it converts for you. So one of the most incredible things about digital marketing is that we can see all the stats that tell us, did that work or did that work? So for example, if you're going to build a series of Facebook ads, my recommendation would always be to set up three Facebook ads that go out for the same duration of time. And my top tip would be never put an end date on them, because they might be amazing, perform really well, and so you would want them to go over and over and over and over. So the way that you could think about it is this, that one Facebook ad would go out to your top of funnel client avatar, or avatar. The next Facebook ad could go to the middle one, and the next Facebook ad to go to the bottom. So they've all got a slightly different graphic and a slightly different caption, but it's all trying to get the same result in the end. So out they go with a tiny little budget, maybe $30 on each, for the first 7 days, and then see how they perform. Then you might want to pull one and put more budget on the next one, or pull that one and make that one go for longer. You might then want to add another one, or you might just want to stick with one that's performing really well. But definitely think about, when you're doing the ads or when you're doing your posts, which one of those customer avatars are you actually speaking to? Because in your posts, if you're trying to reach everybody all of the time, that's not going to work. If we think about who's in this webinar right now, you'll all be looking for something different for what I offer. So if I did the same post every single day trying to talk to all of you, it's actually probably not going to land with any of you. So I need to go, okay, this post in my mind is going out to Raz, and then this post in my mind is going out to Brenda. So by having those people in my mind, exactly who I'm writing to, which are my pre-thought out customer avatars, then I really am much clearer on my message, who it's going to, who it's going to land with, and if they're then able to understand what it is that I offer and how I help them. That's what's so important to think about. So let's go and look on this. So with digital marketing, you have complete control over where you choose to spend your money and where you choose to spend your time. And a digital marketing strategy allows you to continuously pivot, ensuring that you're never wasting money or time on channels that don't reach your target audience. So what would be the point of putting loads of money into Pinterest ads if you actually were not getting anywhere with them because your audience weren't on Pinterest, or your audience weren't using Pinterest? So then you would think, okay, let me pull back that time and of course money. Maybe Instagram is where I need to be. Maybe that's where my biggest target market is, and I've just got to go and find new ways of reaching them. Who knows where it is that your people are? Obviously, every single business is different. So you need to think long and hard about, where are the people that you want to be reaching? Where are your ideal customers? So if you're still a startup business on a budget, you can invest in social media, blogging, SEO. Those are three strategies that can give you high return on investment, even with minimal spend. And even if you've been 20 years in business, these are the three things that you should be doing all the time, regardless. So investing in social media really is your time. And of course, learning about what it is that you should be posting, how you're going to be putting your call to actions out so that you're actually getting people engaging with your content. So it actually comes back down to understanding, are the social channels that you're spending your time on and investing your time and money, etc., are you understanding how they actually work? So if you're just putting out posts on social media on your business page endlessly, but you're not getting any engagement, then you need to look at understanding, what is engagement? How can I get better engagement? And why will engagement be better for me in the long run? So obviously, the more engagement, the more people are going to see what posts you've got out there. So we'll be doing a webinar in a very short amount of time, I think 6 weeks, where we are doing a big one on Facebook and the latest changes on Facebook. So make sure that you sign up for that one. And understanding what's going on with Facebook is super important. It doesn't mean that you need to understand everything, because hello, nobody can. Facebook is endlessly changing. But the more you can understand just about the algorithm, the better for you. Blogging, of course, is a massively important one, because we all know that your website needs fresh content for Google to keep ranking it. So by writing a blog, I would always recommend once a week or at least once a month. Then that's got great content for you to use in your newsletters, in your social media posts, and always then lead them back to that latest blog. And blogging is a great way for you to show your expertise on a topic or on a subject. Now, what about SEO? So that's search engine optimization. That is incredibly important too. And that's all stuff that you can do yourself without having to pay anyone, without having to invest too much time, as long as you just methodically give it 15 minutes a day, or maybe an hour a week, and just make sure that you've checked, is all your alt text done on your website? Have you named all your images really well for Google to find them? Have you understood and woven through the keywords that you need to use on your site that people are actually going to find you? And have you got those on the pages that are relevant? So it's a really important one. So just social media, blogging, and SEO, they're all strategies that can give you high return on investment, but all of those are long-term strategies, not short-term strategies. So let's go through and look at some more benefits. So digital marketing helps you outrank bigger players in your industry. There are plenty of opportunities to outrank the big players through strategic digital marketing initiatives. So let's look at Coke versus one of the local drinks around here. So I live up in Bangalore in the Byron Shire. So if we think about ginger nectar, now I shouldn't give them as an example because I don't actually know what their social media is like or any of their digital marketing, but they're an amazing local drink company. So let's look at where Coke sits and where, for example, ginger nectar sits and what opportunities they've got. They can both have a free Facebook page. They can both have free Instagram. They can both attract people into a group where they can talk about all kinds of health benefits. Well, already ginger nectar would be winning on the health benefits than Coke would, for example. But I'm just saying that no matter how much money is behind one of them and not behind the other of them, that doesn't mean that this one's automatically going to win, because the beautiful thing about social media and the time and effort you put into it is that if you understand it and you're able to reach the people that you need to reach and you've figured out who your audience is, then you can do some incredible things literally for nothing. So make sure you don't get overwhelmed thinking, oh, but I'm just a tiny little fish in a giant, giant pond, because actually on social media, you've all got the same opportunities. So, for instance, you might identify certain long tail keywords that relate to your product or service and create high quality content to help you rank on search engines for those keywords. Search engines don't care which brand is biggest. Instead, search engines will prioritize content that resonates best with the target audience. So social media enables you to reach new audiences through influencer marketing. If you are a small to medium-sized company, then this could be a good avenue to consider. So look for brand reps and brand ambassadors. Does anybody here already use a brand rep? If so, just say yes in the comments. And if you don't know what a brand rep is, say don't know. Let me know where you're at, because I can talk to you about brand reps if you like. Don't know, says Jackie. Jackie, brand rep could be a great one for your business. Don't know, says Jeff. So a brand rep is somebody that you give product to and they then share it on social posts and you haven't paid them any money. So for example, I'm going to give you Jackie as a great example here. So Jackie's business is Jack's Dolls Direct, and Jackie sells the dolls that are extremely hard for you to find in Australia, but it's particularly specialising in diversity dolls. And how would I explain it better, Jackie?
No, that's pretty much how I'd explain it.
Right.
Yeah, inclusion, diversity.
Cool. So they're of different colours, they're of different gender, that kind of different ethnicities. They're all kinds of dolls that you would have wanted to have had when you were growing up, that's for sure. Plus, obviously, she's also got collector dolls too for the grown-ups. So how could Jackie use a brand rep? Well, Jackie could put out a post, and I'll show you an example of those in a moment, that says, looking for a brand rep. I thought they were spammers. I get messages all the time to make them a free cake. And in return, they tell people who made it on their blogs. I would definitely still be worried about that too, Raz, because I would never, ever go with a brand rep that had approached me, I think. So I'll tell you how I would use one in Jackie's instance. So you'd put a post out that says, looking for brand reps for our range of diversity dolls, for example. So if you have a child that really, really loves dolls, let me know and share your handle below, in the comments below. So then Jackie would go and look at all these people that would apply for the role. She would go and have a look at those pages and see if any of them really resonate with what she does or what she offers. Now, if she finds an account that she's like, yeah, this is the one for me. So what we want to look for is, firstly, it needs to be under about 10,000 followers, because anything over 10,000, they'll be asking for you for money. So that's more like an influencer rather than a brand rep or a brand ambassador. So what will happen is that then Jackie might find, I'm going to give you an example of the vitiligo Barbie doll, because that's an autoimmune disease that I have. So it's where you've got the white patches. And so they brought out the vitiligo Barbie doll, and she was based on that supermodel in the US who's got vitiligo. She's an incredibly stunning woman. And it was great because it brought that issue out as more mainstream. So she could have, this probably might be going a bit far, Jackie, but you could have put a post out there going, looking for all children with vitiligo, which, you know, might not be what you want to do, but hey, you never know. So you then would be having a conversation going back and forward. And then we had a contract or an agreement that we wrote up, and that made them be for 3 months as a brand rep, or for 1 month, or whatever time frame you wanted. In the e-commerce business that I used to have, we used to offer them a 3-month agreement, and it was $300 worth of product per month over 3 months. Now, you might do $30 worth of product. It's totally up to you what you would ask for. And in return, what you want is a certain number of images per month that they share with you, or per week, that are just yours to use freely. The next thing is you want them to post on their channels at least 2 times a week, tagging your business in those posts. Now, the reason that it would be good for Jackie, for example, is Jackie has children, but they may not be the children that she needs in her posts for a particular style that she's doing. So the reason that I used to, with the old business, use brand reps is because I live in an area that is very much about blonde hair, blue eyes, and I needed far more diversity in the children that I was doing photo shoots with. So, but plus, apart from that, every 6 months, we would do a big giant photo shoot. But what about the products we were bringing in between times? We still wanted to get those in lifestyle photo shoots, not just, you know, on a white background photo shoots. So we would send our products off to brand reps all over Australia and get back some amazing images that we could use. Now, I definitely put some rules in place. So, for example, we all know that Kmart is a chronic one for copying Australian designers and product designers. And so what I would do is I would say, if you're a brand rep of my brand, then you cannot tag Kmart in one of those posts. So yes, you can tag other businesses, but not Kmart in one of those posts, because that already copied me. So anyway, lots of different ways to think about brand reps and how they could be useful. But imagine the photos that then Jackie would be able to use of children playing, of a child with vitiligo, for example, playing with their doll with vitiligo, and happy kid, happy mum that the child's finally got a doll that looks like her. How good is that? And what does it cost Jackie? Very little money. The cost price of that doll that she bought, that's it. So she's getting a great way to reach a whole new audience, but also to get a whole bunch of photos that she can use in many different ways. So definitely worth having a think about, how could you use brand reps in your business, or brand ambassadors. So this is just a little example. Let's Porty Sydney. They put out a post that said, brand ambassador, the search is on. Are you ready to join us? So they're looking for 3 Pawsome puppers. The search closed on a certain date. And so maybe they were asking people to comment below, or maybe they were asking people to tag them in a post, and then they could go and find their account from then. This one here is a Rainbows and Clover brand rep search. So it says, the wait is over. Our search has begun for 2 new Instagram brand reps to join the Rainbows and Clover team. If you think what you've got, and if you think you've got what we're looking for, then email, use brand rep search in the subject line, add your Instagram link in the body, and with a bit about yourself, and we'll be in touch. Tag a friend if you think they could be our next brand rep, so they don't miss out, which was a really good one, because then of course people would go crazy tagging that friend, because maybe they knew they weren't quite the right one for the job for this time, but maybe they had a friend who had a very Instagrammable home, or, you know, or children or whatever. So definitely worth looking at, how can you get involved with brand reps where you don't have to pay anything, you just put out a little bit of money in terms of the cost of your product or your service. So let's have another look at something else of the major benefit of digital marketing, is it's measurable. So it can give you a comprehensive start to finish view of all the metrics that might matter to your company, including impressions, shares, views, clicks, time on a page. And while traditional advertising can be useful for certain goals, its biggest limitation is measurability. Now, I've shared this example many times, and people are always shocked when I tell them. But I used to work for the Australian Women's Weekly, which was based in Sydney and owned by ACP, who no longer exists. Now, the Australian Women's Weekly does, of course, still exist. And back then, which is over 20 years ago now, one full color page ad, just once off, was $60,000 in that magazine. And obviously, the closer you're getting to the front, the more expensive it's going to get. Imagine what you could do with that $60,000 now when you put that into, say, Facebook ads or Google ads or any other kind of thing that you can think of to put it into. $60,000 is an extraordinary amount of money. It's certainly going to get you a lot more than just one full page color ad in a magazine. So times have definitely changed. Now, when you put that ad out in that one ad on the Australian Women's Weekly, what would happen is that unless there was a little corner and a coupon that says, tear off this coupon and bring it in store to get your $10 off or something, which of course would not happen if you're paying $60,000 for an ad. How else can they measure their return on their investment? But you do it on social media and straight away you can see how many people have even seen your post, how many people clicked, how many people commented, how many people shared your post. There's so many things that you can look at to measure what is going on with your efforts, that it is just amazing that you can change it up weekly and decide, we put some time and effort into that. It didn't work. Let's try something else. That said, don't change it up too quickly. You need to actually give it a little bit of time and keep tweaking it, I would say, rather than completely changing it. So it's just going to evolve organically and see where you head with it. So digital marketing allows marketers to see accurate results in real time. So if you've ever put an advertisement in a newspaper, you'll know how difficult it is to estimate how many people actually flipped to that page and paid attention to your ad. There's no surefire way to know if that ad was responsible for any sales at all. Hang on, I'm going back because I want to just reminded me to tell you that I actually do a printed ad every month in our local little e-zine, like a little community newspaper / magazine type of a thing. And usually I change it up every month, but usually most months it has a QR code that goes to a lead magnet, because everybody these days is used to a QR code. We all know that for sign in with COVID stuff. So now if I do that in my printed ad, then people can just hover over the QR code and boom, they've got my lead magnet. So boom, I've got the email address. So that to me is a winner of a way to do a printed ad. So if anybody's doing printed ad or wants to do printed ad, definitely consider putting a QR code with a lead magnet in there that's going to get you something as a result. So have you considered your strategy in terms of short-term versus long-term digital marketing strategies? Did you craft your strategy with result timeframe expectations in mind? Because what you're looking for, if you just suddenly launch your website yesterday and today you didn't get any sales, that would be very disappointing. I've seen people in Facebook groups that say, I haven't had any sales since I launched a year ago. What am I doing wrong? And then people will ask them questions like, have you posted any fresh content? Have you done a blog post recently? What have you got going on with your social media pages? Have you got a newsletter going out? What is it that you do? Because you cannot just create a website and then walk away going, oh, good on me, big pat on the back, well done. You've got to then go hard out on your digital marketing so that people even know that you exist, because you might be the best, you might offer the most amazing products, you might be the top dog in your field, but if people don't know about you, they don't know what they don't know. So you will not be able to get that traffic if they cannot find you or find out about you. So let's have a little look at short-term versus long-term. So it's important to know which marketing strategies allow you to earn fast results and which take a few months to bear fruit, since it can help determine which strategies you use in tandem. So, this is my favorite emoji with the seal and the clap, clap, clap. So for example, if you're looking to drive fast results to get your business off the ground, why you don't want to create a campaign that only uses strategies that start showing results within a few months. So it's important to mix and match short-term and long-term digital strategies to drive the best results for your business. So we're going to take a little look at Google ads and social media ads. So the first one is pay per click, and this is all under the short-term strategy section. So one of the best quick win strategies that you can adopt is a pay per click ads. They allow for your ads to appear in Google instantly upon launching your campaign if you have one of the highest bids for your keyword. Now, a top tip of the day will be get in touch with Google. You can, as long as you're prepared to spend a single dollar, Google will give you your own advertising manager, and they can talk with you about all kinds of things about what you want to achieve. They'll even help you set up your first ad. So it's a really great cost-effective way to go with it. And they're not necessarily going to know the best keywords for you, even though Google do have a good keyword planner. My suggestion always is do your keyword planning organically. Do your own research to get your keywords, because only you know how people are searching to find you. So Google, of course, is American. So remember, they'll be quite American centricized. That's not even a word, but I'm sure you know what I mean, that Google will think about it in the US type of way for searching. I'll give you an example. So Simon and Lorraine, who own Byron Eco Cruises, were speaking with their Google manager. They talked them into doing a term, which was, I can't even remember what it was, but it was something like boat cruise or whatever it was, something like that. Anyway, they tried it out, but then they're like, no, we're just not getting the traffic from that one. So then they thought, well, actually, that's probably because nobody in Australia uses that terminology. So you need to use the words that make sense to you and to your customer avatars. So definitely take me up on that little tip of getting in touch, or pay attention to that tip of getting in touch with Google and getting your own Google Ads manager. And of course, you can say, okay, I'm going to spend $30. That's all I'm going to spend, and then cut it off, stop it. So yeah, just try it out and get whatever information that you can from them, because they have a lot to offer, which is cool. So the next one is geofencing ads. So that's a beneficial strategy for companies looking to target users that are within specific geographic boundaries. For example, if you owned an ice cream shop and you wanted an ad to appear to every shopper that passes within a mile of your shop, you could create a geofence that extends 1 mile from your shop in all directions. So if you have a giant sale coming up, this could be a really good time for you to do that kind of an ad, or it might be something that you want to regularly run. I don't recommend that though, because I think you need to be working your SEO for that fantastic long-term game. But if you're working your SEO, a lot of people then realize that they don't even need the ads because they're just pumping it out. So obviously that's Google My Business, that's understanding your keywords, that's renaming all your images. It's making sure that people can find you through those search engine optimization strategies. So there's also social media ads. So when you're up for social media ads on your platform of choice, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or a combination, you can use keywords to target your audience, similar to search engine PPC ads. Social media allows you to target by characteristics. So by demographics, geographical location, education level, marital status, job status, and more. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can target people. So let's now look at the long-term digital marketing strategies. So things like your website, your content marketing, your search engine optimization. And just before we do that, I'm going to give you my little freebie. So if you want to hold up your camera, and then you can just open it up, scan it, and see what pops up for you, you'll notice that even though I've already got your email address, because you're here, obviously, but I just wanted to show you how this works. I'm just going to pull it up myself, and you'll see that it asks you for my for your details. So your email, your first name, your last name, and your company name. So that way I'm always collecting it. So this is what I do in my ads, for example, that I put in a what do you call it? And It's called the Bangor Herald anyway. So they're easy. That's the word I was looking for. They're easy. Okay, so moving right along. One of the things that you can work on is your web design. So everything about web design as a marketing strategy is built for the long term. Not only does a beautiful website takes weeks and months, and in some cases years to build, it also takes weeks of preparation prior to ensure that the proposed design is structured properly and constructed for leads and conversions. So as I said earlier, it's not just a case of build it and they will come. You need to keep putting in the time and the effort to constantly work on your content. And if you can do this in such a great way that you put out blog posts regularly that are actually things that people are searching for. So using the titles the way that people are searching for things. And that way you will find a constant stream of traffic that didn't even know you existed before. And then all of a sudden they can become your customers. So before your beautiful website can drive leads and conversions for your company, it needs to attract traffic. And to attract the traffic, you'll have to rank highly in search engine results pages. And to be able to do that, you'll have to create and implement remarkable content. So we have here a blog post called 10 Reasons You Need to Have a Blog on Your Website. And it will be in the chat in any second now. And also, for those of you that were not able to access the lead magnet through the QR code, Merlin or Honey, if you could please put the link to Neon in there, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, Julie, nice to have seen you here, and see you next time. I look forward to it. See you, Julie. Okay, so yeah, this link to this will be in the chat in a minute, and also the Neon link for that lead magnet that we just shared. Okay, oh yay, and like magic, thank you, Honey, it has appeared. Beautiful. So it all boils down to the fact that to rank well, not only do you need amazing content, but your website must be amazing as well. And so here is another blog post of ours that we can share with you called 12 must-haves for your website. So check that one out when you've got some time. We'll put that link to that in the chat as well. And remember, guys, that you can just press the 3 dots at the end of the session and save that chat so that you can take a little look at that later on. So one of the most important things that you need to know for long-term digital marketing strategies is not only does it teach site visitors about your business, your products and your services, but it's what allows you to rank in search engine results pages, which is known as the SERPs. So content marketing is vitally important, and content marketing is basically all the ways that you write. So it's weaving keywords through your content on your website. It's weaving your keywords through the content on your social media. It's making sure that what you are writing is reaching the people that you need to be reaching. So content is what shows up in Google results. And the only way to get there is to create informational, beneficial content that is created for the user, not just for search engines. You should think of content marketing as a never-ending cycle if you want to rank highly in search results for your target keyword. Yes, Jeff, I agree. And hashtags. I should be adding that in here for sure. Thank you. So what about SEO? So SEO is a powerhouse marketing strategy if you're willing to put in the work and wait for results. It's the process of optimizing your website to rank highly in search engines, and it allows you to earn more traffic to your website. So like I said before, it's naming your images correctly, it's adding your alt text, looking at your titles, looking at your product description, your page content, your blog posts. There's so many different things that make up SEO, including backlinks and you name it. It's all the things. So it's how people are going to find you. So make sure that you got on top of your SEO. So in summary, when we've looked at our short-term and our long-term options, so digital marketing is more cost-effective than traditional marketing methods. Digital marketing helps you target the prospects who are most likely to buy your products or services eventually through short-term or long-term marketing strategies. It's important to know which marketing strategies allow you to earn fast results and which take a few months to bear fruit, since it can help determine which strategies you use in tandem. So keep in mind, you can buy attention, which is known as advertising. You can beg for attention from the media, which is PR. You can bug people one at a time to get attention, which is sales. Or you can earn attention by creating something interesting and valuable and then publishing it online for free. And that is really the long haul one, where you need to just be consistent. You need to be putting yourself out there, getting visible, and you will be also at the same time attracting your ideal client and customers. So get stuck into creating short-term and long-term digital marketing strategies today. Will you? So let me know in the chat, guys, who has learned something new today, or what is it that you've thought or heard today that you're then going to be able to take out there and put into practice. So what was your aha moment from today? So Petra says, get a brand rep. Yay. That'll be a great one for you, Petra. So it's just making sure that they're getting something in return for free, and they're getting something for free, and in return that there's something great that they're going to be posting about and sharing. So that is wonderful. It might even be that they make a video about how easy it was to set themselves up on your site, or how easy it was to deal with you, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of different ways that you can do that. Great, Maria. Ongoing content plan at website launch. Yes, very, very good. So indeed, you need to be thinking about not just sitting back and going, phew, I made it, I launched it, but then all of the gazillions of things, make a whole list of all the things that you need to do to keep moving forward and getting more and more visible, driving traffic and then converting that traffic. So Jeff says, all of it, it is refreshing and sometimes reinforcing. Yes. Raz says, build a website and do blog posts. Go, Raz. Yes, but definitely think hard about what platform you're building that website on. Because a lot of the clients that we get coming to us are because they have built a website on a platform that they thought was going to be their best mate, and it turned out to not actually do all the things that they needed it to do, or it was too expensive, or that they couldn't update it themselves. So definitely think long and hard about that one. But that's exciting. I'm excited for you that you're going to do a website. Charmaine says SEO, alt tags, etc., etc. Go, Charmaine. So good to hear. Thanks for sharing, guys. So for those of you that are not already in the Hello Media Facebook group, jump on in. It'll be in the chat again for you just in a moment. Charmaine says, don't use Squarespace, Raz. I second that. So find our follow ladder, jump in there and put your details in the bottom, just like I have here. So I said, hi, I help businesses get visible online. I'm Kylie and I build brands. My Facebook page, my Facebook group, and the Instagram handle. And that way, then people can go and follow all of those things. And then you're growing again organically. So also remember to put that in the chat, in the comments yourself, and then go through all the other comments and go and follow those people too. Yay, Leanne, working on content. Thanks, Kylie, so much to put into the social media management folder or social media marketing folder. You're welcome. That's awesome. Okay, so now more than ever, we want to see the human side of a brand. Show the world what you stand for. Be more purpose-driven, more human, more imperfect, and more real. So we've got some beautiful notes that people have written. We like to call them love notes, but some people call them testimonials. Some people call them reviews. This one I just wanted to share here is from the beautiful Sue, who has a store in Mullumbimby. She says, hi, everyone. We just had a sales rep in the shop who was complimenting on us on our Instagram account. She was really surprised when I said I was doing it, meaning she was. She assumed it was being done professionally. I told her what a fabulous teacher I have. I was very excited by that. I think there's nothing more awesome than doing something yourself and being proud of it and someone going, whoa, that's amazing. So if you want to know how we can work together, or you know already that you want to and you want to go straight to apply to join our bronze coaching program, then let us know in the chat. Or you can book a discovery call straight away and you can find out how you can start to get visible and grow your business. Oh, you're welcome, Petra. Thank you. And this one here for this Friday, if you would like to pull up your phone and you can register for it. So it's bite-sized conversations with Jenny and I on a Friday morning. It's 30 minutes and the topic is what your customers want versus what you want. So are you offering them things that you don't actually even want to be offering? How is that whole process going for you on your customer journey? So have a think about that. Oh, Petra, you're very welcome. That was very kind of you to say. And thank you, Jeff. Yes, I would love to follow you. For sure, I would indeed. Many busy hands. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so the next one for not next week, it's the following week. So in a fortnight, cool tools and systems to simplify and make structure in your business. So we've done this one earlier in the year, and we're redoing it with some of our exciting new cool tools and systems. So make sure that you jump onto that one. You can scan the code to register for that now if you'd like to, but it's not next Monday, but the Monday after if you're interested. And final piece of advice is to be patient. It takes a lot of time and effort to build up an audience and to build up a business. So make sure that you are not getting stressed out. Don't jump the gun. Don't just freak out and think, I'm just going to put loads of money into ads, because there's so many organic things that you need to do behind the scenes to really make it work in the long term for the long haul digital marketing strategy. So thank you very much for being here. Let's get a quick photo, because remember, if there's no photo, it didn't even happen. So turn on your cameras. Let's have a little wave. I'm going to count down from 3. And my daughter's just arrived to take her puppy out. That was good timing. 3, 2, 1. Hey. Yay. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I look forward to seeing you either on Friday morning for bite-sized conversations, or in a Monday and a fortnight where we talk about cool systems and tools. So have a wonderful afternoon, guys, and a really fun week. And for those of you in Victoria, particularly in Melbourne, kia kaha. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye.